Tun, could I drag you to something a little more global, seizing the world today, which is the Russia-Ukraine conflict? It's had tremendous effects on oil, gas, commodities, and inflation. Is How long do you think the war will last? What are your impressions of it, and what would its impact be on us?
I worry that this may go on to becoming a third world war. You see, now we find Finland and Sweden wanting to join NATO. What is NATO? NATO is set up because they are against Russia. You already identify Russia as your enemy. And naturally, Russia regards you as the enemy. You call Russia your enemy, they call you an enemy. And you want to go near their country. You want to move NATO, which is actually a defense organization, but this is also capable of offense. So when you do that, the Russian gets worried. So then there is this war. And because of this war, Finland and Sweden get frightened. They join NATO. The response from Russia would be to increase their aggressiveness. So they are not going to say, oh, because Sweden is joining, I'm stopping the war. No, they are going to do worse. So it will escalate, and other countries will join. And then we have a world war on our hands. And yet war, we should know, solves nothing. The winners of the World War, of the Second World War, did not gain so much as the losers. The losers, Japan and Germany, did much better than the winners. Britain was almost bankrupt after the war. But you see Japanese recovery, very quickly they became the second biggest economy in the world. So war doesn't solve problem. Yes, negotiation also doesn't solve problem. You may lose out in negotiation or arbitration or a court of law. But you go to war, you also may lose. And when you lose, lots of people die. And the whole country is devastated. So it is better to negotiate and solve this problem, even if it means you are losing something, but you go to war, you also will lose. It's better to negotiate. Nobody dies, nothing is destroyed. You look at what is happening in Ukraine now, that's war. So I feel that there should not have been war. They should have negotiated. And then if the Russians say, please don't let Ukraine join NATO, okay, you don't join NATO. Why is it so difficult? Now you see what is happening. You have not joined NATO, but the Russians have come into your country.
And what do you think we could do? The ringgit's 4.4 yesterday. And what do you think we could do to curb off, especially the economic consequences, effects on us? Even the supply of dog food, the chain of supply has been broken. What do you think our efforts can be at, curbing these effects?
When you have a war, you will take action against each other. You apply sanctions against Russia. Now Russia prevents you from exporting grain from Ukraine. Well, that is the consequence. You see, if you do this, the whole world will suffer. If they have a negotiation, there will be no suffering. I am against war. I have tried to make war a crime, you see, but people still think that wars can solve problems. Wars cannot solve conflicts. You have to pay a very high price for no good result. So why should you do that when you can have a negotiation? Yes, as a result of the negotiation, Ukraine may lose that portion that is peopled by Russian-speaking people, you may lose that. But the cost is very low. You lose that, but there's no destruction. Yesterday they were talking, they need $5 billion for 1 year or 1 month, I don't know, to reconstruct Ukraine. You see? But if there is no war, there is no reconstruction, you have $5 billion that can be used to do all kinds of other things.
You know President Putin, you have met him, you have engaged with him. What is he like? And what do you think, how justifiable were his reasons for the war? And do you think Malaysia's position of neutrality should change into one that is more assertive?
No, Putin is very friendly towards me. We got along well. He came even to my house, and I went to Russia to meet him, and also Medvedev. I was invited to go there. But I don't agree with his idea that they should fight the war. That I don't agree. Killing is not the way. That is something that I feel that he was wrong in going to war. But on the other hand, the NATO was also wrong. Why do you want to get Ukraine to join NATO? You know? So both sides are wrong, but war is not the solution.